Let's talk Femi Adebayo. Let's talk Seven Doors. Guys, have you seen that Netflix limited series? Some people think it should be a 2 hours movie. I think it's okay as a limited series. I think they should not do another one because something that happens is when we hype movies up. Tell me why Lisa B is coming again? Actually, though they did tell us to look out for the part 2 or the return or whatever. But honestly, I don't hope they're going to let it die like that. Lisa B is not worth a part 2. There, I said it. But let's come back to Femi Adebayo. This is his directorial debut. Yes, you would imagine that somebody that gave us Jago Jago, that has given us so many amazing movies, would have even directed any. But no, this movie Seven Doors is his directorial debut, and he directed alongside 2 other persons, Adebayo Tijani, the amazing Adebayo Tijani, and of course his brother, the amazing Tope Adebayo, which is quite interesting to see. Now, Seven Doors is an amazing body of work. What it starts by saying the music. Chef's kiss. Interesting. I would also say that I think the intro bears some sort of resemblance to Game of Thrones intro. Even the soundtrack, sometimes it sounded like na 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 Game of Thrones. It sounded sort of like that, and the old throne thingy. I don't mind if you draw inspiration from people's work, just don't make it like the center of it. And Femi Adebayo did not make it the center of it, so that is still a plus in my own dictionary. I am still going to award him some amazing marks for that intro. The board, has the big bird, the thrones, the wooden thingy. Just from the cinematography alone, you would know that Femi Adebayo invested. Now they said Netflix is leaving Nigeria because when they came, they gave some amazing people, money to make amazing movies, and they squandered the money. But I don't think Femi Adebayo squandered money. I think everything Femi Adebayo has put on Netflix has been worth Netflix money, if you ask me. Anyways, let's talk Seven Doors. Amazing cast, like I mentioned, music amazing, cast members amazing. You should always give him Adebayo 10/10 when it comes to casting. The chemistry between himself and Chioma Chukwuka, who I know speaks some Yoruba here and there, but I think she did a very good job of speaking Yoruba. And I like that they did not try to make her a Yoruba woman, because if she was a Yoruba woman who spoke Yoruba in that manner, it would have been questioned. I like that she was true to her tribe. She was an Igbo woman married to a Yoruba man who still spoke a little bit of a man's language, especially given her position as the queen. Now, let's get into the plot of the movie. Guys, I feel like I am going to put some spoilers in this movie. I don't really know how to make movie reviews and not spoil it a little. So you have to see it. And when you're saying it, might be something I've said, but you're just supposed to add to the ginger for you, you understand, so that you will get what I'm trying to say. Now, we follow the life of a seemingly typical average Nigerian home, and then he got the call to come and become king. And he first said, never, I wouldn't. Also, okay, I'll get there. I wouldn't become king. And then the wife said, oh, you have to be king. You just do it. And he said, okay, I love you. You love me. Mwah, kisses. And then he got into power and realized that there is more to it than meets the eye. It is not just fun and games and the king has the final authority. I so decree, I so say, that he was expecting it to be. He learned about generational curses. He learned about the things his forefathers had done, and it was left to him to reverse some things and, write a new chapter. And they had to deal with so much as a family. So it's something that touched on family, touched on society, touched on culture, touched on a lot of, it's a well-rounded movie, if you ask me. Acting great. You should give kudos to Obi Kubana of what's that town again? Sef Ilaro. No, is it Ilara? Sorry. You should give Muyiwa Ademola's character. That man was just spending money. Any small money in our water, pian, give you money. Money in our water, pian, give you money. He acted amazing. Sometimes I just see him and I'm just like, guy, wait. Have you been this in your life? That's amazing acting when you start to question the actor's actual character in real life. That was amazing, right? Otun, there is a reason why Oga Bello is Oga Bello, and there is a reason why Femi Adebayo is Oga Bello's son, and he's giving us amazing movies. Oga Bello was good. Oga Bello was good. Now, please help me ask Femi Adebayo, how did you make such good choices with your life, but somehow failed it at the point of marriage? Now, okay, let me say something. The movie Seven Doors, when it started, I like the start. I mean, Joshua Waterfall, we had these women dying and all of those things. It was great. But when at the point of the oh, you have to do this ritual and that ritual, I was actually thinking, oh, seven doors, what would it mean? I thought we literally had to knock, pim, 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 seven doors. And I felt like, I didn't, when they said, oh, you didn't do the seven doors knocking, I was like, Ogbeni, go and knock on seven doors now. You that slept on your left side and saw this thing, slept on your right side and saw that one. Also, I did not know Ogogo could chant. I didn't know it was an orator. Gosh, that scene gave me. I feel like it's such an important part of the movie, but somehow we are not talking about it enough. Did you see Rainbow do the shoulder dance? I saw her do that. Did you? I mean, showed him all of these Ogogo's parts. I was just like, come on, daddy. So you can actually, you have this very sweet and sonorous voice. It was amazing. That part was also amazing. But yeah, I felt like, okay, you should have been able to do that. But then I realized that, oh, they asked him to go and do this. I say, ha. And yeah, I think it's okay that a lot of persons give Kolawole Ajayi's flowers, okay? Because before I saw them, when people said, oh, give Kolawole Ajayi's flowers, he did amazing. And I was like, hey, but this is, you should start people to say, give the FX guy his flowers. Because the pictures I was seeing was of him having, this costume on. I thought it was even a date in the movie, right? So I was like, if we should give Akin Effects his own flowers now, why are you saying give Kolawole Ajayi? But yeah, when I saw them, we need to see the movie to understand why we said give Kolawole Ajayi his flowers for his awesome act in that movie. And like I mentioned, I would also join a lot of people to say kudos to him for bringing his people along. Did you notice that he also dragged alongside him a lot of his brothers, the Afrima network? You know that there is the Africa King something club in the Yoruba movie space, that there are men basically with Femi Adebayo being the patron. He has Kunle Afod, Kolawole Ajayi. Some of these men we saw in the movie are also members of that club. So he put all of his people on. And he didn't put Adeyemi Johnson. I know that he had issues, but we are talking seven doors here. We are not trying to go outside of that. But yeah, kudos to him for also doing that for his people, putting them on the big screen. Hopefully, other amazing producers will see that these guys have range and also hire them for more interesting movies. And I'm glad that this is an epic movie. I know that we are saying that, oh, the Netflix is being saturated with a lot of epic movies, especially Yoruba language. We are trying to go traditional and epic and all that, and we're beginning to flop. Lisa B, this Odunlade Adekola's movie where he was a king and he was mad. What's the title now? We are saying, maybe we are beginning to overflog the storyline and we are no longer getting creative. But I think you should give it to Femi Adebayo. He did amazing with what's the title of the movie? With Seven Doors. It followed, like I mentioned, marriage, love, and I feel like he also looked at it from the cultural perspective, and it's like, oh, there's something like generational issues that you might have to break, right? There are some stuff that you might have to actually unlearn and then unlearn, right, for you to move forward, because you didn't expect to see the things he met on the throne. And I get it. I get it. It could have been a movie, not a series. I get it. But at the same time, I'm still going to say, I hope we don't get a part 2. I hope we don't get a season 2. We don't need a season 2. Leave it as it is. It is amazing. Maybe you will do an afterlife or something we've seen him get victory already. I'm trying to not say everything that happened, but we've seen him get victory already. He had to deal with stuff. And why was he so slow? Why was he doing a lot of gnashing of teeth? And had I known? Yes, understandable, that's human nature, but be proactive also about these things. Until they wiped off about half of his kinsmen, of his people, until the people literally had to come to the palace to say, we no longer want you as our king. He did not think to ask the deeper questions. It's also pointing to that. Ask questions. Because no wonder when these old people came to say, it's because you wanted to be our king. They should have said, no, it is old people that used to become king. People should be king. It's because they already knew the story. And they did not want to be the one to do it. I feel like they intentionally did not let him go and meet that, what did the priest call it now? The Akbeton or something. I know there was a time the man was like, when he was like, why didn't nobody tell me? It was like, it was your family that was supposed to point in the right direction. They should have taken you to somebody to tell you the story of your family before you assume this throne. So I feel like they intentionally skipped that part and made him go through all the rituals, especially since their God said, Ifa said, is the rightful heir. right? So I like it. Gabriel Afolayan never disappoints. I feel like I'm just here talking about the cast, but I feel like it's an amazing movie that you should see. However, I am going to be like a Nigerian lecturer, your federal university lecturer, and say 100% is for God, 90% is for me. I'll give it 80%. I'm going to rate it 8/10. It's a magnificent movie. You should know me that I would be very honest with you and tell you this is right and this is not right. But it's an amazing movie that you should see. You should also help Femi Adebayo make his money, because a lot of persons are already pirating. It's already on different streaming platforms that has no business being on. Guys, please and please don't do that to somebody's hard work. I'm serious. You can get somebody's Netflix login. Pay for this thing. Tell somebody, do I want to see this movie? Let me just give you 2K. Give me your login or something. Just help them also. So that, because I don't know, how was I supposed to enjoy these amazing things if Netflix indeed, stops their partnership with the country Nigeria and they just put their own things here and we don't have Netflix originals and all that. I don't know. Cinemas is not enough for us. You know how much they are showing movies in cinema now? About 7,000 naira. Guys, now, please don't pirate these movies now. Anyways, that's just talk for another day. But yeah, let me know if you've seen Seven Doors, if you have a different story. And please, violence. Please, let's take this to the front. If you know you don't want to see gory images, honestly, prepare to cover your eyes. You're going to see blood on your screen. Like, I'm not saying like, oh, speck of blood. No, your screen is going to turn red. If you are watching it on I don't know how many inches TV you want to use to watch it, or if it's on your phone, whatever inches the device you're using is, prepared to have your screen turn red severally. Final Destination situation happened. I swear, log of wood on people's head. Yeah. Amazing movie. Really. Effects. Akim Effects should take his flowers. I feel like we don't give this man enough kudos. Almost every amazing project we have seen in Nigeria, Akim Effects did the effects. Kudos to that young man. Doing amazing. Kudos to Femi Adebayo. His directorial debut, not a flop. That is another amazing thing. You should be happy for that. Directorial debut, what? Not a flop. But please, going forward, let us do better also. Don't go and give us a subpar movie because we've hyped this one. That's why I don't like hyping Nigerian movies. So you enter their head, we get Chief Daddy. After giving us wedding party, I beg, help our life. Anyways, that's just by the way. Thank you so much for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.